ACFO1 Henry Jiwa is the Ashanti Regional Fire Commander. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir.
Thank you, Umaru.
So I'm sure the ACFO stands for Assistant Commissioner of Fire. Oh, please help me.
Assistant Chief Fire Officer.
Grade 1.
Grade 1, yeah, exactly.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Have you started the investigations already, or you are yet to?
Oh, we've started with the investigation.
So preliminarily, what have you found?
We've been able to identify where the fire started from, the shop that it started from. And we are yet to zoom on exactly what happened before the fire.
But so far, do you take into account eyewitnesses' statements? What have they been telling you?
Yeah, we do. We do. But most of the time, we want to ascertain vis-a-vis with our own professional way of finding out what they are saying before we can put it on air or before we can confirm it. As for stories, we always hear stories when things like this happen. We've heard so many. But we wouldn't want those things to prejudice our investigation. We want to do our own investigation. Then based on the interviews that we also conduct, we can marry the two.
I see. So is it going to be an entirely fire service investigation, or you have other technical people who join you in these investigations when you do them?
For now, it's going to be purely fire service. If we need any other agency, we'll approach them for their technical or professional advice.
I think there's a device called a sprinkler. We are told it failed to activate. Is that true? And what could have caused that?
The sprinkler didn't work as expected, just because their pump is manually operated instead of the automatic way it was supposed to. So that is why, but the sprinkler worked. When we went there, we activated it and the sprinkler worked. But it was supposed to be automatic.
Who installs sprinklers for facilities like that?
It's the owners.
So not the fire service?
Oh, not the fire service. We don't. We only recommend, and we'll make sure we'll come and do the inspections and those things. So that is what we'll do.
Do you know if this particular place was inspected prior to what happened yesterday?
So far as I'm concerned, they don't have fire certificate. For which reason I can say our men are there, but making sure that things are working. We've identified some lapses and we've informed them, the management, and they promised to fix it. For which reason we've not even renewed their certificate. We want to make sure those things are rectified first.
When you say they don't have a fire certificate, it means you have not given them clearance to operate.
Sort of.
Are you supposed to come there on your own and investigate this, or every company or business is obligated to come to you for certification? How does it work? And how come they don't have a fire certificate and yet they are operating?
Every organization or every firm is supposed to obtain a fire certificate from fire service.
Do they have to apply to you, or you come to them?
No, they have to apply. They've actually applied for renewal. And we've also told them exactly what we want them to do before we can renew. The fire service is not supposed to be as you apply. There are minimum qualifications or minimum standards that you need to meet. So when you meet these minimum standards, then it can be granted.
This facility is huge. It's a market. One would think that even if they don't do their work, you as a fire officers would have gone there to insist that they do what they have to do, else you close them down. Don't you have that authority or power under the law?
We do have that authority.
So you failed as them, not them.
Maybe you can also say that. But there are times that you need to also ensure that people also don't lose everything altogether. Because, for instance, even now that we've closed it for some few periods to make sure we do the investigation properly, almost everybody is complaining.
Are you the one who did the closing, or the managers closed it themselves?
We recommended that they should close it for us to do our investigation first.
But prevention is better than cure. If you had closed it before yesterday,
and that is why our men are there. We have a fire post even there.
Which makes your case worse. Which means your men at the fire post have been watching the illegality continue for all this while.
Not that they've been watching. Not that they've been watching. They've been doing what they are supposed to do. They've been recommending. We've been telling them every now and then. Even the regional minister even mentioned it. I've had the opportunity of bringing this to as far as RESEC.
Okay, so you reported to the Regional Security Council that the Kejetia Market is not safe.
Exactly. So,
what did they say to you? What did Simon Asemensa and his team say to you?
Oh, even this morning he mentioned it.
I'm saying that. So, what are the options for you if you find that a place is not properly certified? Can you, can you close down the place on your own, or you have to go to court to get an order, or you have to report to the regional? What is the procedure? How do you operate these things?
The procedure is we have the authority to close down the place.
But you did not exercise that authority. Which one did you exercise?
We didn't exercise that one because they promised us they will fix it. We wrote to them that these are the defects that we've identified, so they should fix it. And they promised that they will fix it. So that is where we were, and what happened.
All right. So it means that you don't really have to even do any investigations. You already know what the problem was. Which problem caused yesterday's fire, no?
Oh, no, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
How long before you come out with your report? And what will be the use of your report when it comes out eventually?
At least the use of our report will indicate that this is what happened, and then the fire happened. So things like this should not be done in the market. For instance, we are hearing that somebody was even cooking, which we've told them not to. So we even had to make sure he puts the stove somewhere that nobody can see. If what I'm hearing is that is, we are yet to confirm that.
How long before your report comes out or your work is done?
Fire investigation takes time, but I hope this one will not take too long. I wouldn't want to give timelines, but I hope it will not take too long.
If it takes too long, we would have forgotten, because that's what happens in the past. So please don't let it take too long.
I'm saying it will not take too long.
I see. Okay. Would there be any sanctions immediately recommended to anybody or any of the managers of the place?
Oh, yes. If we find some people culpable, there are some punitive measures that even the management can take against those operating at the market.
Finally, yesterday, you were called to come and attend to the situation. In the past, the complaint from fire service has always been that access routes are unavailable, makes it difficult for you to enter due to congestion. There are times you would arrive and the place you fetch the water, what do you call that? Hydrants. The fire hydrants may have run out or are not available. Sometimes you arrive on the scene without water in your tankers and so on. What challenges did you encounter yesterday? Any of these?
Let me debunk especially the last one that you said. I don't think any firefighter of West Essex will attend to a fire incident without water in the tender. Then why did you go in the first place?
Oh, it happens a lot of times.
It doesn't happen. Oh. People always, even yesterday, let me tell you, even yesterday, people were saying the first pump didn't come with water. That's a cliche that they always say. Even yesterday, what happened? They said we didn't even come with water. So that one is always there. That's the first thing that they always say.
Did you go with water yesterday?
Why? Then why did we go there?
Did you have a hydrant ready for refilling purposes?
Even the Kejetia Market, they have hydrants within. And we depended so much on the hydrant over there yesterday.
How about access to the market? Was it problematic or you were fine?
You know Kumasi, if you know Kumasi well.
I don't.
And going to Kejetia is the hub of business center. So it's not easy, but we had to manage and we did.
Another thing, if you're dealing with a fire on a story building, often in the past, they say that you have challenges with ladders and so on. Did your ladders work for you yesterday, or you didn't need to use a ladder to deal with the fire?
Yesterday, we brought a turntable ladder there. I don't know if your men captured it, or you can ask your correspondent.
So that also worked perfectly?
It worked. It worked perfectly.
Fantastic. Wish you all the best, but before you go, we saw the government deliver, and forgive me, you're not the national office. I'll just ask you this. If you want to comment, feel free. The government delivered over 300 ambulances. What about fire service? Do you have enough tenders and other infrastructure you need for your work?
Just like you said, I think the fire tenders and the government delivering, that one should be at our national headquarters. So if you can address that.
I'll let this cap pass over your head. Thank you for speaking to us.